Hello, is my screen visible, everyone?
Yes, Prasmit.
Yes, thank you. So, welcome to the crypto session, everyone. So, we'll present a crypto screener for you. Crypto screener, you can call that a scanner too, with which you can scan many coins. I know it's an issue for many crypto traders that we don't have any facility for crypto scanning, crypto coin scanning. In stock market, the shares we can scan from charting or any other sites, but for this crypto coins, we cannot do that. Um, some facilities are there, but they're paid, mostly paid, and it's not quite useful. So we have, uh, me and Hiren Bhai have made one crypto Excel sheet, based on the concept of pivots. So which will help you all to help scan the coins, and it's useful for intraday swing and as well as investment purposes too. So since it is based on pivots, so I would like to first present the concept of pivots first. So let's begin with the pivots. So pivots are nothing but just like they are support and resistances. I'll show in the chart itself. See, there are these all are pivots actually. These all are pivots. These lines you are seeing right now, these all are pivots. The pivots are nothing but these support and resistances. These lines will act as support and resistances, and these are derived from the since now the pivots you're seeing on the screen are daily pivots. So these are found by the data obtained from the previous day. That is, suppose these are the pivots of today. Means these pivots are derived from the prices or high-low close of yesterday. So if there are weekly pivots, then it will be derived from the previous week's data. So this is not a lagging indicator like others like RSI, MACD, and all. This is not a lagging indicator, but this is a leading indicator. And there are many types of pivots. Like there are money zones. I'll give a brief introduction about it, and if you all like to read more about it, then I would recommend you to read this book called Secrets of Pivot Boss by Frank Ochoa. Yes, this one, Secrets of Pivot Boss by Frank Ochoa. And you will know the concept of pivots very deeply, and it all depends upon you after that for your practice and passion to follow the line of pivots. So I was, yeah. So there are many types of pivots like money zones and Camarilla pivots, Fibbo pivots, Camarilla pivots. Right now, which you're saying, these are called Camarilla pivots, and there are also few pivots which are derived by the Fibonacci levels, which are derived by the Fibonacci levels. So this is not a secret anymore because the formula by which the Camarilla pivots are derived is open to all. You all can just Google and see what are the formulas by which these levels are plotted on the charts. So first of all, this one, these purple lines are called CPR or central pivot range. Central pivot range. These purple lines are called central pivot range. This is the most important pivot on any chart. This is the most important pivot on any chart. So these are derived by the high-low closes of yesterday, purely high-low closes of yesterday, and this one. I'll just zoom it. These three lines together called as CPR or central pivot range. This top one is called a top pivot, and this bottom one is called bottom pivot, and this central one is called central pivot. Top pivot, central pivot, and bottom pivot. So, or this sometimes we call it up pivot, down pivot, or top pivot, down pivot, and this is central pivot. And now these other three lines which you are seeing above and below, Now the other three lines which you are seeing right now, these yellow lines are known. Yellow lines are called as this one. Top one is known as H3, and this lower one is known as L3. And now you will be noticing that these are not equidistant from the CPR range. Like this is a bit far, and this is just close to the pivot. Yeah, it's natural. It's not that much important that where it is placed, because it all depends on the previous day's data. Depending on the previous day's data, these all pivots will be drawn. So we will not see that they are equidistant to each other or not. So these levels, first level, if the lines are above the central pivot range, then it is known as H. It is denoted by H. It is denoted by just a second.
No voice. There is no voice.
Hello.
There is no voice for last 1 minute.
No, it's quite audible, I guess. Not.
No, it was audible. Now last 1 minute is not audible.
Okay,
Because you were
okay.
telling that there are three CPR, three line and TC. That yellow line you were discussing was gone.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. I'll repeat that. Just a second. Okay. Oh, don't draw these all lines here. Okay. Please do not disturb. I'll keep it short. This session will be quite short only. I'll try to finish soon. Okay. So I was saying this. I'm saying that these three lines. Okay, this is known as top pivot, this is known as bottom pivot, and this is known as central pivot. Or in short, we can call this TC. This above this first purple line is known as TC, second one is pivot, and third one is BC. Then I was going through this yellow lines. Okay, yellow lines, if it is above the CPR, it will be prefixed by H or H3. This is known as H3. Just, just okay. Now you can see that. See, these all are current day's pivot or today's pivots. Okay, today's pivots. See this yellow line, it is written here TSI H3. TSI is nothing but the indicator's name, and the level is known as H3. And this purple line is known as pivot, and the top one, the top purple line is known as TC. This one is BC, and now this gray line are H4. This is H4, and this is H5. Okay, if the lines are above the CPR, we will call it H. We'll prefix it by H, and if it is below the pivot, then it will call us. It will be prefixed by L. So this is L3, L4. This line is L4. This is L3, L4, and L5. Okay, this is basically the camarilla pivots. These are the camarilla pivots. And a question might be coming to your mind that why it is not started from H1, H2, H3 like that. So there are already H1, H2 pivot, but they are not quite useful, because if when they're plotted, they will be very near to the CPR. So when there is quite huge movement in the market, then only we'll need that H1, H2 pivots. If it is normal moves, then we don't need H1, H2 pivots. We can directly see the H3, H4, H5, and L3, L4, L5. So this was the camarilla pivot setup. Now I'll go to the Fibonacci pivot setup. Just a second. Okay, so this is Fibonacci pivots. These are the Fibonacci pivots. So these are equidistant from each other. This will be equidistant from each other. You can see that the camarilla pivots need not to be equidistant from each other. They are depending on the previous day's data, but these all are depending on the previous day's data as well as the Fibonacci ratios. So that's why they can they are equidistant from each other. So the concept remains same. The first line is TC, this one is pivot, this one is BC, and the lines, this is known as R1, daily R1, or simply R1, because since these are daily pivots, will not call daily R1. This is R1, R2, R3. Then this one is S1, S2, S3. Support 1, support 2, support 3. Resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3. So these all will act like support and resistance. I will give you examples of that. And now we'll see the money zones. Okay, yes, money zones. So money zones consist of only 4 lines. Only 4 lines. You can see that these are the white lines. White lines is known as POC, or point of control. Just a second. So these white lines are called as POC. See, these now the day is not complete. So this has not completed it. That's why you can say that these lines are derived from the yesterday's data. Okay, these money zones are derived from the yesterday's data. So these white lines and the blue lines together known as money levels, money zones or money levels, and this white line POC, upper POC and lower POC. And these blue lines are known as VAH, value area high, and this bottom line, it is not visible because this is just amalgamated with the BC. You can see that. When I zoom it, you can see that. See, this is the BC, and this is the value area low. Anyone's unmuted or what? Please mute yourself. Okay. So now I'll take some time to explain how these lines are derived. See, these you all guys might have heard about market profile, right? Market profile. So these lines, uh, these money zones are derived from the market profile itself. So this POC is the area. This is the area where yesterday price spent the most of the time. Yesterday session. Yesterday crypto market starts from 5:30 a.m. To the next 5:30. Next day is 5:30. So this was 5:30 of yesterday, and this is the 5:30 of today. So between this time, market spend the most time in this. That is the price of Bitcoin spend the most of the time in this area. Yesterday, these two lines are here means that price spend most of the time here in this area, and this blue line represents that blue line, this blue line, and this blue line. Here bottom end there will be blue line. So these two lines represent that price spends 70% of the time in these two areas. 70% of the time. It might be narrow, it might be wide, depending on the movement of the price. If the price movement is very large, that is it is very volatile. If it is very volatile, that many trends like uptrend or downtrend, if it is very long trend towards up, then it will be quite distant from each other. And if it is narrow, that is consolidation, then it will be quite narrow. Like for example, narrow pivots. Yes. Okay. Yes. Here we have got narrow pivots here. See, yes, that price was moving in a range in this week, in this day. Okay. So 12 October. Price was moving in this range. Price was moving in this range, right? See, this is the narrow pivot. Okay, this is the narrow pivot, and this is formed because of previous day's data, previous day's data. Previous day price was moving in this range. Okay, this range. You can say that this range was there, and price was moving between these two. That's why the pivots are quite narrow. Comparatively, if we compare that when it is wide, see this is the wide pivots. Now I'm saying the length of pivots or distance of pivots. Now I'm saying about the distance of pivots, how the pivots can be placed. So see, these pivots are CPR range is quite distant from each other, quite distant from each other as compared to this. You can see that these are quite narrow. When I just zoom out the chart, you can see that these pivots are these pivots are quite narrow as compared to these pivots. So why did it happen? That what happened that these formed the white pivots. Okay, so these formed the white pivots because previous day the market moved quite up. Like you can see that it was quite this lower, that is lower high and higher high, higher high and lower high. Price formed like this and went up. That's why the movement was quite less. That's why the pivots were also quite distant from each other. Now we've finished the camera pivots. So what remains is, yeah, I'll say some setups. I'll say some setups about these pivots which I use. So I show the weekly pivots too. Just a second. I'll show the weekly pivots too. You can use any pivots. Please don't confuse that what pivots shall I use, or you can use all the pivots at once, but that will be too clumsy on the chart. That will look very noisy on the chart actually. So that's why just do your own research and see, depending upon your observation, what do you feel that which pivots was the best in the crypto market. So depending on that, you can select. For me, I used to trade from February to till like June, July. I used to trade on Fibo pivots, but after some days of weeks of observation, I felt that camera pivots work better than the Fibonacci pivots. That's why now I'm trading on these pivots only. So I'll say the setup now. See, when this is the S3 level, this is the S3 level. I can see a setup here and I'll just name it. And today also one very good setup came. So here is the setup. Let's just zoom in here, right? Okay. So as I said earlier that this is the S3 level and this is the L3 level. This yellow line, which is quite close, very close to the central pivot. Whenever this happens, this is known as GPZ or golden pivot zone. Whenever this L3 or H3 lies in between the central pivot range, then it will be known as golden pivot zone. Golden pivot zone. So when two pivots converge or they are very close at one price level, then it will be acting as a very good support or very good resistance. Since price was above this line, you can see that the lines were here and price was above it. So it will act like a support now. This whole zone will act like a support zone. So we can set a buy order when price reaches this level, or if someone is conservative, then they will wait for the entry at this golden pivot zone exactly. Else, someone can just trade when price touches the TC itself. So after this candle, actually, you can see that this is a very good candle. As compared to the previous candle, this was a very good momentum and with very much high volume too, popping volume. So after this, we can execute a buy order right now from here, and then price gave a quite good movement. Sometimes this happens and sometimes don't. So I will recommend you to read the Secrets of Pivot book. Then you can understand deeply why it happens and why sometimes it fails. So, but this is a very good setup, one which has very high probability of success. This is in a golden pivot zone. And another one is there are many setups, like golden pivot zone, and magnet setup is also there. Magnet setup. Magnet setup is, yes. Anyone saying something?
Yeah, let's continue with golden pivot zone first. Then we can go for another.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay, thank you. So yeah, today you can see that what type of GPG was it. Okay, I just forgot to say that. Just a second. Okay, so I just forgot. I think that's why I came back. Yeah. So when L3 lies between the CPR, this is the L3 level. This is the L3 level. And this lies in between this central pivot range. Then it will be known as bullish, bullish GPG, bullish GPG. Okay, bullish GPG. And when price lies between this one, sorry, not price. This is H3 level. Okay, H3 level lies between, this is the H3 level, today's H3 level, this is the cutoff today. So this is the H3 level, and it lies in between this central pivot range. Then it will be known as bearish GPG. It will be known as bearish GPG. Okay, so the GPG is over, and I will show some good setups also on weekly pivots too. So these are the weekly pivots. So when you combine these pivots with many other factors like price action and supply and demand zones, then the probability of success will increase higher. See, like this was the GPG, this was the GPG here. This week's GPG is there. These are the weekly pivots. You can see that I have named the layout as weekly pivots. So these are derived from the weekly data of last week's data. These are the this week's data derived from the last week's data. Okay, these are the weekly pivots of this this week derived from the last week. So this month also there is a bullish GPG. That is we have now it is acting as a very good support. You can see that multiple confirmations are also there. This was the supply zone. This was the supply zone, and price came here. Someone is doing again this drawings and all. Okay. So now you can see that this was a supply zone, and since bullish GPG was there, so when price came back here, and this was a not a pin bar. You can say that this is a pin bar, but the body is too much higher. So technically it's not a pin bar, but since it is a bullish candle, so we'll consider it as only bullish only. So after the touch, you can see that whenever price penetrates in this zone, that is the golden pivot zone, it will give a good up move. Since it is a bullish GPG, so price gave a good move towards up. And now price found a lower low. You can see that lower low. This is high, lower high, lower high, and this is lower low, lower low, lower low. And whenever price touches, we have to see that if price goes up to this supply zone or not. Now probably this will happen. Probably this may happen. The price will reach this supply zone, and then it might come down also. Or this GPG has to be touched anyhow. Then it will be confirmed that it's acting like a support and resistance. Okay. So now this the 4-hour time frame. Someone is asking which time frame to use. So for daily, it all depends on you. So see, the daily pivots are used for intraday trading. Okay, daily pivots are used for intraday trading. So since crypto is very high volatility, so I personally use the 30 minutes time frame. You can see that 30 minutes time frame as the higher time frame, and for the low means entry time frame or the low time frame, I use 15 minutes. Yeah, sometimes 5 minutes too. And generally, the trading time frame of mine is just 30 minutes if intraday. And if it is the weekly pivots, the weekly pivots is generally for swing trades or holding the trades for like gain of 15-20% without leverage. 15-20% because these are crypto coins and they are quite volatile. That's why 15-20%. So for this, I use the 4-hour time frame as a trading time frame, and for entries, I can use the 1 hour or 30 minutes like that. But generally, 4-hour is for the trading time frame. Whatever price happens through the 4-hour, no, that's very meaningful. That pattern or that setup is quite useful and helpful. That if it is a bullish engulfing candle or a pin bar setup and it is formed on the 4-hour time frame, then it will hold more value as compared to the patterns happening in the low time frame, that 30 minutes, 15 minutes, or 2 hours like that. If it is formed on the 4-hour setup, then it will be very helpful. You can see that this is the weekly pivots, and I'm using the money zones also. You can see that these white lines are the money zones, and these blue lines are these white lines are known as the POC, that is point of control, and these blue lines are known as VAH, value area high and value area low. Along with this, I also
excuse me. Sorry, what is money zone?
I think you have joined late. I have just said this earlier. Okay, I'll just repeat it once more. These money zones are derived from the market profile. That is, see, these are the white lines, and these are derived from yesterday's data. Yesterday, these white lines means that price in last week. Since these are the weekly pivots, so in last week, price spent most of the time here in this zone, in this area. Okay. And these blue lines, this is value area high and value area low. These are formed by the 70%. That means the price spent 70% of the time last week in this area. Okay, this area. Okay. So I think it's clear. As I was saying that I'm using the camera pivots and this money zones, and along with this, you can see this gray dotted line. This is the weekly low, and this upper line is weekly high, last week's high. This is this week's low. This is the last week's low. Okay. This is formed. Any pivot is formed today or this week is derived from yesterday or last week. You have to be clear with this. And we have monthly pivots too. Monthly pivots, yearly pivots are also there. So yeah. So you can see that I'm using this previous week's low, previous week's high, and this green line. Green line is the monthly high, and this red line will be there. This is the monthly low. This is the monthly high of September month. This is the October month going on right now. So this is the monthly high of September month, and this is the monthly low of September month, like that. So I'll now go to the another setup. I'll just name it. Now I'm going to show you virgin CPR. What is known as virgin CPR?
One more question. Sorry. Do we have green lines in a daily time frame also?
Yeah. I have not kept it visible because that time it would have created confusion in your mind. That's why I have not kept. But we have this too. And if you are trading with daily pivots, I would recommend you to keep the weekly pivot, weekly high and weekly low, and daily high, daily low. This will be enough. Monthly is not necessary, I guess, if you are trading on daily pivots. But if you are trading on weekly pivots, then monthly high and monthly low is necessary along with the previous week's high and previous week's low. Okay. So I was searching for the Virgin CPR. Okay, just a second. Other coin. Virgin CPR or Virgin levels. Yeah. So I found the example here of Virgin money zone levels. Okay, I found an example of Virgin money zone levels. See, these are the money zone levels. As I said earlier, this is the POC or point of control. Very important zone derived from the last week's data. This was the week from 4th October to 11th October. This is the week, and the data was derived from the last week, previous to this week. Okay, so as you can see that price did not come here. Price did not come here in this week. This was derived from the last week's data, and this week price did not come here. So now this is a Virgin CPR. See, till this one, this was the end of the week. Okay, this till here, this was the end of the week, and this was the start of the week. Okay, in this week, price did not come here. Price did not come here. Then this level will act like a Virgin level in the next week. This was the week from 4th October to 11th October. Now it will act like a support zone. Since price is above this, so it will act like a support zone, and generally price comes attracted towards it like a magnet. You can see that too. See, this was the week ended, and from this you can see that there was a downfall, and price came nearly to this zone only, and price again moved up right like that. This acted like a support zone. Many orders were pending here, so it got fulfilled and price went up. Now, can someone say what type of setup can you see in this week? In this chart, let me highlight it. This
Virgin
one.
CPR.
This one. I've highlighted it.
GPZ.
Bearish GPZ. Bearish GPZ.
Yes. This is bearish GPZ. Okay, bearish GPZ. And you can see that price reacted quite well to it. Price respected it. And so this is what I was saying, that I prefer Cambrilla pivots because of this. This setup alone has very high probability. This bearish GPZ and bullish GPZ. Now let me search for Virgin CPR levels. I showed you the Virgin money zone levels. Now let me show the Virgin CPR levels. Virgin CPR is also same. That if that this week price did not reach the CPR, the next week it might come here. You can see this. See, this is a bullish GPZ, and how much return did it give? Very high returns. From the GPG, if to the top you can tail your stop loss. Then it's 105% return. 105% return in 2 days. See, this was the GPG. As L3 was lying inside the CPR, and this happened not long back. This happened in this September. 8th September. 8th September, bullish GPG setup was there, and the Bitcoin was also stable. That's why this Algo USDT gave a very high return. If BTC would have been falling, then this would have also felt like anything. So this bullish GPG setup was there, and usually if you can trail your stop loss, then you can reach here, like the top of nearly 105%. But generally, while trading, we book the profits in the next pivot. Like for example, suppose if I took a trade here. Suppose I took a trade here in this bullish GPG setup, and I took my entry here. Long entry, suppose here. After confirmation, I took entry. Stop loss below this, and first my target would be this level, H4 level. H4 level, and sometime if we can then the risk reward will be bad. Yeah, risk reward will be bad. See, 11% risk and 5% reward. So if I just extend it to the S4 level, then the risk reward is 1-to-1, almost 1-to-1. 12% return and 12%, 11% risk. Now, suppose if I took $100 trade here, then I will book 80% or like 70% here. Then I will trail the rest of the $30 till this level, H5 level, and after that we don't have anything. Also, yeah, we have the H6 level, but that's not generally used. So you can ignore that. No one knows that price will go up to H6. But if H5 is broken, then you can plot the H6 level on the chart, and you can see whether it respects it or not. And if it breaks the L5 level, then you can plot the L6 level and see whether it respects it or not. Virgin Shipyard name मिल रहा है कहाँ गया है? Virgin Shipyard. हेलो हिरेन भाई, किस कौन में याद है क्या वर्जिन शिपयार्ड? इसमें है कुछ?
अभी एक्चुअली आपने खोला तो इसमें वर्जिन शिपयार्ड दिख रहा था। एक मिनट, आपने इसके पहले कुछ चार्ट खोला था एक, उसमें मैंने लोकेट कर लिया था, बट अभी
इसका पहले मैंने खोला था
वर्जिन शिपयार्ड लास्ट निफ्टी में लास्ट वीक में पूरा देखिए 3-4 वर्जिन शिपयार्ड है।
अच्छा, एक सेकंड,
लास्ट वीक में निफ्टी का देखिए वर्जिन शिपयार्ड है।
निफ्टी 50 टॉप या,
और लास्ट में 3-4 वर्जिन शिपयार्ड है।
yeah, got it. Yeah, so you can see that, yeah, we got a very good example here. So these are the pivots of, these are the daily pivots. Okay, these are daily pivots of 18th October. So price, these pivots are formed from the yesterday's data, and after the formation, price opened gap up and price did not reach here. So now, since price did not reach here, now this level will act like a virgin level in the upcoming days. And also remember that if it is not corrected on the next day, then it loses its value. It somewhat loses its value. If it is immediate next day, if it reacts immediate next day, then it will have much more value than it after 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. See, like this was almost a virgin shipyard, and this was also almost a virgin shipyard. Only one touch. This is also only one touch or 2 touch.
एक्सक्यूज मी, जो लास्ट 4 दिन में जो वर्जिन शिपयार्ड हुआ ना, वो पूरा ब्रेक हो गया ये 2 दिन में। तो लास्ट वीक में पूरा जितना भी वर्जिन शिपयार्ड आया था ना, वो पूरा ब्रेक कर दिया, आके मैग्नेट कर दिया उसने।
हाँ, see, these are the this was the virgin level, and you can see that now it acted like a flip zone, supply zone. See, price reacted from this, and the reaction was there also on this day. This reaction was there, and when it broke, this pullback was there, and again pullback was there, and price fell from here. So this virgin level acted like a flip zone for many touches, for many days, like 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities it gave. So this was all about virgin levels and virgin money zone levels too, virgin shipyard and virgin money zone levels too. क्रिप्टो में भी ऐसा ही होता है, क्रिप्टो में भी वर्जिन शिपयार्ड मिल जाएगा अगर कुछ बड़ा मूवमेंट दिया होगा, कोई कॉइन बहुत बड़ा मूवमेंट दिया होगा इस डेली में मिल जाएगा, लगता है मिल जाएगा। या डेली में कहाँ गया? Yeah, here we have got this crypto USDT. So this was 12th of October. 12th of October, pivots were derived from the 11th of October's data, And you can see that this level was not tested. This CPR level was not tested on 12th of October. On 13th of October, this acted like a resistance. This acted like a resistance. This zone acted like a resistance on this day. It did not let price to move up quite nicely. And after the fall, again went up, again went down. Okay, so I think almost I've covered this basics actually. I've almost covered the basics. General summary of pivots I've given. और कुछ रह गया क्या हिरन में?
Prasmit, you can also cover narrow CPR and that concept is
या नैरो CPR बोल दिया मैंने. नैरो CPR वाइड CPR बोल दिया. ये देखो नैरो CPR. Narrow CPR generally formed when there is not very much movement in the price. तो अगर कुछ कंसोलिडेशन मूवमेंट ऐसा हो रहा है तब जाके नैरो सीपीआर बनेगा, वरना अगर प्राइस बहुत ऊपर गया फिर बहुत नीचे आ गया तब जाके भी नैरो सीपीआर बनेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल दिस वन, प्राइस वेंट अप लाइक दिस and price immediately fell like this, then this narrow CPR is formed. Or sometimes narrow CPR is formed from the small movement of price, like in this example of this. We can consider this, I guess. Yeah, we can consider this. In this example, there was not much movement in price, so this narrow pivots were formed. And CPR relations are also very important. CPR relations. I'll just give a brief introduction. CPR relations. Okay, now there are 6 types of CPR relations. I'll show it on this one, this book. What trend analysis? Yeah, this one. Yeah.
chapter 6.
Chapter 6 में है क्या? इसमें ना पिवट ट्रेंड एनालिसिस ये था. हाँ, ये वाला राइट. यस, 6 टाइप्स कहाँ दिया? Okay, leave it. I'll just name in the charts itself. Okay, so now there are 6 types of pivot trends. Just, yeah. So first one is I can say that this is the, yeah, this one. I have disabled the candles so that it will be clearer to you all. The first type is this one is overlapping higher value relationship. Overlapping higher value relationship. So this one also I'll just disable it. This one. Okay. So when the CPR of this week like overlaps the CPR of last day. This is the daily. This is the weekly pivots. Okay, the setup remains the same on any time frame, on any pivots. This is the weekly pivots I'm showing this, and it will be valid for the daily one also. Daily pivots also this will be valid. So if the CPR of this week is overlapping, so you can see that higher over. It is overlapping, but in higher form. I'll show the overlapping lower too. This is the overlapping. Okay, this is the overlapping. Last week's CPR was here, and this week's CPR is just overlapping this one. This is the overlapping higher. I'll just name it here. Overlapping higher. So, and overlapping lower, let me show it. Overlapping lower. Yeah, this one. This is the overlapping lower. See, this week's CPR is overlapping last week's CPR, but in a lower form. That is lower order. So this is the. If you read the secrets of pivot boss, then the description, accurate description will be given. Like the H3 will remain, H3 of this week will remain below the pivot, central pivot of last week. So accurate description will be given. I'm just saying in brief. So this is the overlapping lower value relationship. Okay, next one comes is inside and outside. Let me see. Inside and outside. Inside is yeah, this is this will inside this one. Inside is quite difficult to get. Yeah, this one we can consider this inside one. Yeah, this one is nice. So if this week's CPR is completely lies inside this one, the last week's CPR, then it will be known as inside value relationship, or inside CPR, simply inside CPR. So if you read the Secrets of Pivot Boss book, then you'll know that this is a very volatile setup, and you can see that price gave a quite much return in this week. If I just highlight this, you can see this. Price gave amazing returns this week itself. So I'll just name it here. Okay, this is inside value relationship. And now is outside value. Yeah, this one is outside value. I got it. Inside one. Inside one is the outside one.
Yeah. Sorry to disturb. Can you explain what will happen when it is inside CPR and when it is outside CPR also?
See, inside CPR means the suppose if you see this, yeah. So if inside value relationship is there, then it indicates that there was quite narrow movement in the last week's price. The price did not move very high or low last week. You can see this. I have already said this earlier that if the pivots are narrow, then it will be showing that price did not move very much higher or lower, or any trend did not happen. Just the consolidation was there. So if this narrow pivots are there, inside value relationship. Now it's that inside value relationship. So this was higher value. This was higher value or not? This was higher value. Simply higher value relationship. This and this. These two are higher value, and then inside means price went up this week. In this week, yeah, in this week, price went a little up, and in this one, price gave an amazing return. Why did it happen? Let's see this. अगर सिंपली बोलूं तो ये देखो, ये था हायर वैल्यू रिलेशनशिप, ये वाला हायर वैल्यू रिलेशनशिप, मतलब कि प्राइस थोड़ा सा ऊपर गया था लास्ट वीक में. ये जब हायर वैल्यू बनाया तो थोड़ा सा ऊपर गया था, और जब इनसाइड वैल्यू रिलेशनशिप बना, मतलब कि लास्ट वीक प्राइस कंसोलिडेट करने लगा. मतलब कि जब प्राइस actually if you read the Secrets of Pivot Boss book, in introduction itself it is given that market moves like in consolidation and moves, consolidation and trends, actually consolidations and trends. Since price consolidated the previous week, so there was some hope or probability that this week price will give some good returns this week, because consolidation had already happened, that is accumulation had already happened, and now markup or markdown may happen. So this was markup phase. Accumulation was done in this week. This week accumulation was done, and in this the markup phase. I think it's clear. Yeah, I was in outside value relationship. This is the outside value relationship. When this week's CPR completely engulfs the last week's CPR. Okay. Opposite, inside's opposite is outside. Okay. So inside was this one. This was inside value relationship, and this is outside value relationship. This week's CPR is completely engulfing the last week's CPR. So this is known as outside value relationship. And another one is higher value and lower value. See, this is higher value. This is higher value relationship. that is completely above the last week's CPR. Okay, so this is higher value relationship. Simple. This is very simple one. Higher value. And lower value is the opposite to this one. When this week's CPR is completely lower than the last week's CPR. This one is lower value. Okay, this is lower value. And when we see the camera pivots also, we can plot this relationship. Yeah. So now you can see that H3 and L3 levels are visible. So this is the higher value CPR, higher value CPR. No, this is overlapping higher value CPR. See, H3 L3 is overlapping the last week's H3 L3. So this is overlapping higher value of camera pivots, and this is the overlapping lower value of camera pivots. Similarly, this is the lower value. This is the lower value of camera pivots. H3, we have to see the only H3 and L3 levels, not any other levels. We don't have to see, like H4 and H5 is not needed. Only H3 and L3 is enough for identifying the higher and lower value of, or higher value or lower value, or any relationship of this camera pivots. Like this one was, yeah, this one is not this one. This is overlapping here. And what happened this week? This is inside one. So you can see this inside. This week's camera levels are completely engulfed by the last week's camera levels. This is known as inside value. So inside value means price will give quite good return, or price will be volatile actually. Let's hope by the end of the week we are proven right. So I think all the levels I've cleared, all the basics I've cleared of camera and all. Now let me present you the screener. Yeah. So here is the screener. Prepared like 99% by Hiren only, and 1% contribution by my side. So thanks to Hiren and Mukkul too. Mukkul has guided us very much in this preparing the sheet, and I would like to thank him and Hiren too. Okay, now I'll explain the sheet. See, on the left hand side, these are the coins name. Yes.
Sorry to disturb. So before going ahead with this sheet, right? Could you please let us know the indicator that you have used?
Yeah. I will share all the things shared in this video. I will share the indicators, this sheet also, and another thing also I'll show after this, after the completion of this sheet. Okay, I'll share everything, no problem.
Sure, thanks.
Okay, so on the left hand side, you can see the coins name. Like these are the coins selected. Like I have felt that these coins respect the pivot setup quite good. That's why I have selected only these few coins. There are thousands of crypto coins, but since I feel that these coins are respecting the pivot setup quite nicely right now, that's why I've selected these only. See, not every instrument or not every asset will respect the pivots. Like if there is manipulation of some sort, like operator manipulation or something, then the price or the instrument will not respect the pivots. So in that case, we have to just ignore that instrument and just look for another instrument to trade. So I have nearly named here 42 coins here. 42, 43 coins I have put up here. So CMP means current market price of these coins. And now these are the setup of daily time frame, and this is the weekly time frame. Okay, weekly time frame. So डेली टाइम फ्रेम के बारे में थोड़ा सा बोल दूंगा पहले. तो ये रहा. So pivot trend is nothing but the comparison. Okay, I have just left out the pivot trend, I guess. Yeah. Like I'll just give an example of BTC. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt. Just an information is needed. Just because Bitcoin is the father of all coins, is it good to research about the trend and start trading the altcoins next, or how should we proceed? Like,
Yeah. See, Bitcoin is the father, and if it moves in a particular direction, then all the altcoins are will probably follow that direction only. Like if Bitcoin is moving up, then the altcoins will move up, and Bitcoin is moving down, then the altcoins will move down. And Bitcoin, if after moving up, then Bitcoin is, suppose it is stable or consolidating, then the altcoins will again move up. Like that is the best time for altcoins to move up if Bitcoin is stable. So now coming back to your question, that can we stop trading in altcoins? See, altcoins give amazing returns as compared to the Bitcoin. Okay, so but the trend, okay, the trend depends. The trend of any altcoin depends on the trend of Bitcoin. Like I'll just show this one. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Bitcoin dominance chart. Like how much Bitcoin is dominating. If it is moving down, I would not take much time to explain this one out, as this is out of topic. But yeah, so Bitcoin is very good to trade. Like if you're doing scalping and intraday and all, it is very good to just trade Bitcoin. And if you don't like to, like some people are trading Nifty and Bank Nifty, no, they're not trading at all any stock or any other instrument. They're trading just Bank Nifty and Nifty. Like that, we can also trade Bitcoin and Ethereum only. These are highly liquid coins, and if they are not very much prone to manipulation, like any other altcoins like Dogecoin and all, very much manipulations happen there. Bitcoin is not quite prone to that. Bitcoin is not quite prone to this manipulations and all. And you can see that if you are just eyeing good returns, then altcoins will be the better choice. And if you're satisfied like with 10% or 7% moves in a month like that, then Bitcoin is just fine, I guess. I hope it's clear.
yes. Thank you.
So,
Yes.
Any, I'll just show one thing. Coinmarket.com is there. Coin market cap. Okay. See, just open the site and just look at the top 20 or 40 coins, top 20, 30 coins, not 40, top 20, 30 coins. These are the very good coins, depending on volatility and volume, price, and the intrinsic value. These all are the best coins. Out of these, we have to identify which respects the pivots the most. Like from these, I have selected from my setup, from my watch list. Let me show you. This is my watch list crypto select, and there are nearly 70 coins right now here. 70 coins handpicked by myself from by randomly selecting or just selecting from this site only, depending on the liquidity and volatility. So any coin from this select first investment should be in Bitcoin, and then the Ethereum and Binance coin. These all are very good coins. It all depends on you which instrument you would like to trade. Okay, so coming back to the topic, so pivot trend. First of all, pivot trend. Let me just show this. Pivot trend is, now we can see that this is sideways. डेली में साइडवेज था ना, राइट? हाँ, डेली में साइडवेज. या डेली में साइडवेज. हेलो हिरेन भाई.
यस प्रस्मित.
हाँ, ये साइडवेज जो दिखा रहा है ना इधर, ये वाला पिवट ट्रेंड में बिटकॉइन का, ये वाला तो साइडवेज लग नहीं रहा है मेरे को.
The pivot trend is basically derived based on the current price, right? Whether it is between H3 L3 or above H3 or below L3.
अच्छा अच्छा.
And other thing is
तो
like if you see the sheet, that is not updated. That is updated at 9:11, and
no
we
no
are
no
around 2 hours past that. So
no no
maybe
no.
you
This
first.
set automatically updates itself every 1 hour. See, last it was updated 21/8. 21/8. I
Yes.
just refresh
So
it. मैं अभी रिफ्रेश कर दिया था, देखो 23/8 हो गया. तब रिफ्रेश नहीं किया था ना, तो 21/8
yeah.
था. अभी 23/8 हो गया, तो 11/8 को ही रिफ्रेश हो गया था. या so this pivot trend is मुगल. हिरन भाई, ये वाला तो दिखा नहीं रहा, साइडवेज लग नहीं रहा है मेरे को.
Which one you are talking about? USDT.
बिटकॉइन यूएसडीटी.
Just open the chart on daily basis.
या
और pivot सब daily है या weekly है, देख लेना एक बार.
ये तो सब डेली पिवट्स है. ये देखो, ये
Okay.
पिवट्स जो जनरली, ये तो जनरली डेली पिवट्स.
And just check the current value and compare it with the sheet. There might be, because it's a very dynamic, right? So, and currently it is hovering around L3. So there might be some point here and there.
Okay, we'll correct that, no problem. I'll just go to the next one.
No,
These all
actually
are correct.
it's correct. It's correct.
It's correct.
Sir, sideways means the last 3 days CPR is not trending na today.
No. Actually, the pivot trend is basically comparing today's pivot with the current price. If the current price lies between L3 and H3, so that is basically termed as a sideways. If it is above H3, then it's a bullish trend. Below L3, it's a bearish trend. So that's the kind of
Yes, sir.
convention we are having.
Yeah, it's in
Okay.
sideways now.
But now, if you see tomorrow, then it will be lower. I guess it will be bearish. Bearish will come here because price has given quite down movement here today. That's why I think bearish will come in the next day. I think tomorrow bearish will show up here. This one. Okay, so next one we'll see that LV is lower value. I have said that earlier. CPR relationship, lower value. You can see this clearly. See this purple lines. Today's purple line, that is the today's CPR, is completely below the yesterday's CPR. So it is lower value. And CPR relationship, ND today, ND next day, ND is next day and today. So this sheet also gives the data of next day. Next day, what may happen? Next day, most probably lower value relationship only happen. LV relationship means next day, most probably lower value will happen. As I said earlier, that price has given quite good down movement today. That's why again lower value relationship may happen tomorrow, most probably. Next comes Cambrella relationship. Cambrella relationship, TD and YD. TD and YD means today and yesterday. Okay, today and yesterday. This is today and yesterday. CPR relationship. This is Cambrella relationship, today and yesterday. So this is also lower value. That is also on the chart. Yeah. See, today's S3 and L3 is completely below yesterday's S3 and L3. You can see this. See, these two levels, this one and this one, and this one and this one. See, this and this is completely below this and this. That's why it is a lower value. If you don't remember all 6 relationships, then you don't need to worry. These all are written in the Secrets of Pivot Boss book. So if you just go through it, then you can understand it easily. So now comes the GPG setup. Oh, this one I have left out. Okay, schema relationship next day and today. Next day also overlapping lower value relationship may happen. Most probably overlapping lower value relationship will happen. Means this S3 and L3 will come here. Like for example, here this S3 will come here. For example, I'm just predicting right now. This. Okay, like this. It may happen tomorrow. Like suppose this is the S3 of tomorrow and this is the L3 of tomorrow. Then lower value. This is the L3 of today and L3 of today. So most probably tomorrow lower value overlapping lower value relationship will happen. Next comes the GPG. GPG today means today which type of GPG was there? PRS GPG. And no GPG was found in Algo USDT, Avax USDT, Cake USDT. Okay. बुलिश जीपीजी किसमें था देख लेते हैं. रिवन यूएसडीटी में बुलिश जीपीजी था. सोल यूएसडीटी सोलोना में सोलोना यूएसडीटी या चार्ट का कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया है इसलिए कॉइन का दिखा रहा है सारा वैल्यूज. अभी आएगा. See, ये है बुलिश जीपीजी सोलोना यूएसडीटी में. See, the today's L3 is lying between the top pivot and bottom pivot, or TC and BC, simply called TC and BC. So this L3 lies between the TC and BC, so price gave a good move here. This was the bullish GPG. And PRS GPG Bitcoin में था. Bitcoin. Yeah, PRS GPG. I had said earlier. Yeah, this one. It is not visible because it is overlapping. This monthly high is overlapping this bottom pivot, but this CPR level, this history level is lying inside the CPR level, so it is a bearish GPG. I hope it's clear. Now comes this one, GPG next day. GPG next day. So until now, no GPG is observed in these coins, except this one EGLD USDT and FTM USDT like this. Some have bullish GPG. Almost all coins have no GPG. And CPR today is nothing but the length or distance of the CPR. Like if this is wide, then this value, this one, these all will be wide. Okay, these 3 lines will be very distant to each other. If they are very close to each other, then here it will show narrow. Like for example, narrow kisme tha? Narrow was in ENJ USDT. Let's open ENJ USDT. Yeah, ENJ USDT. Yeah, you can see this. This pivots. This today's CPR is very narrow. This TC, BC and pivot is very narrow or very close to each other. बहुत जूम करने पे दिख रहा है एक्सपेंड होगा थोड़ा सा, वरना अगर नॉर्मल लेवल पे देखेंगे तो बहुत नैरो है. एंड इनसाइड भी है, इनसाइड वैल्यू रिलेशनशिप, इनसाइड भी लिखा होगा इधर. ये रहा आ गया ENJ, this one inside value relationship and narrow pivots. And CPR next day, this is the length of CPR next day. Next day what may happen? Next day almost all coins have wide CPR only, and these 2 coins like WRX, WZRX and this is YFI. These 2 coins have narrow CPR next day, and the same comes for the weekly time frame too. Weekly time frame also same. 4 hour, right? CPI relationship and Bitcoin. Hello Hiren bhai.
Yes, Prasmit.
हाँ, ये जो फ्रीज पेन इधर काम नहीं कर रहा है क्या? अगर मैं इस साइड स्क्रॉल कर रहा हूँ तो
नहीं, एक्चुअली इट्स पब्लिश एज अ वेब पेज, सो वो इस पे काम नहीं करेगा फ्रीज पे।
अच्छा, हाँ ठीक है, ओके, नो कोई बात नहीं। तो ये थोड़ा सा ठीक है, वो मैनेज कर लेंगे, हो जाएगा।
You can do one thing, you can just reduce the percentage of the web page.
हाँ, राइट, या yes. So Bitcoin USDT and CPI relationship of weekly time frame. So this is the current week and previous week. CW means current week, PW means previous week. This is higher value. Now also on the chart, Bitcoin कहाँ गया? Here. This is higher value. This is higher value. This CPR, this week CPR is completely above last week CPR. So this is higher value relationship. And the other things also remains the same for this. Just you have to understand and remember what is the what all types of pivots are there, what all relationships are there, and you are just completely free to go to use this sheet. I hope it's very useful to everyone. और किसी को कुछ डाउट है क्या? Yeah, I'm speaking in English because in FTU crypto group many foreigners are there. That's why I thought let's speak English so that it will be easy to understand for them also. That's why I spoke.
Can we add one more column, buy and sell, column? Just
Buy
to
and
be sure.
buy and
Buy-
sell.
Yeah.
No,
Signal
no,
can-
actually, what's a buy signal for me? That might be a sell signal for someone else. Okay. So for that you have to do your own analysis. This is not like a buy and sell indicator or something. Like we'll say we'll plot one more column here and we'll say buy and sell. So that I think will not aid that. That all depends on you and your analysis. What you see on the chart, what according to you is gonna happen, that depends on you. First of all,
Okay. Hello.
yeah. बोलो.
Okay, so you can do one thing here.
Mukul bhai.
What we can do is, see, just open the crypto sheet once. Okay, so guys, as you can see there is a lag of 1 hour from Binance, right? That is steady. That is normal. So what you can do is, if you are something like a scalper, right, or if you are like an intraday trader, just show them the new indicator once, Prasmit, so that they can get all the queries solved. So there you can also get some labels that is unbiased, right, and that is typically formulated on the concepts of pivot boss, right? So there is nothing like an indicator or something like that. It is just pure signals from your calculated formulas, right? So there you can just use your buy sell entry according with the target also, and place a stop loss also, right? So you can just view it here. Just view it.
Yeah. Just
Prasmit, can you just show how to go to navigate to that particular indicator, so that will be helpful?
this indicator.
Yes. So from the
Okay.
public library and the name of the indicator, not this one.
Which one?
The new indicator.
Oh, the one Mukkul bhai was talking about just now. This indicator. No? Okay. Yeah, this one. Okay, this one.
Actually, your screen is not visible now. Only the DP is visible.
Okay, just yeah, it's visible, I guess now.
Yes, now it's visible. Yeah.
So Mukkul bhai, ये public library में भी है क्या?
Yes, it's there.
Else will just
PO
share
double
the
T.
link.
Double T.
Okay. Here,
Yeah, this is.
pivot post, this one. I've applied it on the chart. Yeah. So if someone is a scalper, then they can just simply point apply this indicator, and these are the daily pivots. These are the daily pivots, and all the levels are written here. The pivot, sell reversal, previous day high, buy reversal, breakdown, targets are also written here, and this is the pivot trend, RSI trend, and CPI trend. This daily trend is up, and CPI trend is also up. So you have to probably look for buy trades only. If the daily trend is up and the CPI trend is also up, then probably we should look for buy entries only, like that.
Yeah, this is a new indicator, right, which is shared today or I think yesterday.
Yeah, it was said recently only.
And the one which we explained as of now in the Bitcoins, the same indicator used, or it's a different indicator? That is different indicator.
That's a different indicator, and I think it's been said multiple times in the FTU group. It's named the TSI indicator, or Thomas Selby indicator. I'll share it again in the CPR group, or I'll share with Parsuram Bhai and he'll share in the group. No problem.
No, we have this. So for Bitcoins, we should use a TSI indicator, and for Indian market,
no, this is not different actually. No. Actually, any concept, any pivot indicator is based on pivots only. This TSI indicator, no, Thomas Selby indicator, is nothing but based on pivots only. And the one Mukkul Bhai had said earlier, these all are also made on, this one. These all are also made from pivots only. So whatever indicator you use, the values will be remaining same. Like the lines and the levels will remain same. Okay, so the name of the indicator or the type of the indicator is not that necessary. Okay, but this one, the one Mukkul Bhai said, this one is quite useful. As you can see, you don't have to look behind, and you can just see the levels and trade effectively. And the RSI CPR also relationship is also visible here. So you don't need to confuse and all.
Let me clear this. Actually, see, what you are asking is, I don't know the name of the guy, but see, what's the difference between the TSI and this new indicator is, the levels which you see in the new indicators, that is sell reversal, buy reversal, they are nothing but H3 and L3 are named as reversal levels, right? So there is nothing but your labels have just been turned, sorry, your camera levels have just been turned into a label, right? And that particular label is actually the characteristic, or you can say the use of that particular camera level, right? So actually, when we say H3 is nothing but a reversal camera level, right? So that is only has been named like it is a sell reversal because H3 is a resistance level, right? So technically, we would sell that reversal, and if it goes above H3, that is considered to be a trend continuation. Correct. Now, what you see in the trend column in the table is nothing but if the price is above H3, correct, in any of the time frame, it will show you a green signal. Why? Because it is a trend continuation, right? If it is between H3 and L3, then it will show you neutral, that is grayish color, right? So you would consider that momentum as sideways, correct? And it is below L3, that is below buy reversal, then it will show you a red signal. That is, you have a downtrending market, correct? Not downtrending market, that down particular script, right? The script is in a particular down momentum. RSI is nothing but your oversold, overbought values. And the CPR is your relationships, right? You can just show them the 6 relationships in the settings column of this indicator. Yeah. So you can customize the colors according to yourself, right? See.
Yeah, that's one. This
every 6 indicators. Right, guys? So that's done from my.
Yeah, sir. Good explanation. I have small suggestion. This indicator was good. Buy, sell, reverse signal. But as you said, really beginners are not aware of H3, L3. So if you can add, when you say buy reversal, H reversal, if you can add within the brackets, it's L3, it's H3, so that over the time, it will be easy for to know, okay, buy reverse breakdown means it has 3. I'm not sure, but buy reversal means it is L3, so that we'll come to know even if you see the other pivot box, indicators.
Okay. Okay, what he's saying is we just have to put a bracket here and name it as S3 and L3 levels, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, no problem. We can't do it in this setting. I think they have to change the code. Okay, no problem. If Mukul is happy with this, then he can change it, I guess. Over the time, if you use this continuously, you will get acquainted with it. You don't need to remember the names at all. If I speak from my experience, when I first plotted the pivot levels on the chart, then I used to get confused a lot. Okay, because my eyes were quite acquainted with the naked charts. Only I used to only trade with the price action only. So the chart got quite clumsy to me. So, but after using the pivots for some time, like 15 or 20 days, then the levels were quite clear to me, and I used to draw the supply and demand zones myself, and trend lines and all the patterns I used to draw them. And after that, the levels got quite clearer to me. No need to remember the names at all. Anyone has any more doubts regarding the seed?
Sir, can you explain this box? I mean, the new tool, you have left side box, right? CPR is green color. These are all the 6 types of CPRs. That's it.
Yeah. See, if this is a HP, that is higher value. This is the most bullish one. That's why the color is dark green. Okay, and overlapping higher value will have a fainter green. Please just mute yourself. I will just explain it. Yeah. So, hello. Please mute yourself. Okay. Yeah. So if this is dark green in color, means that is very bullish. Okay. If the HV is written, and then if HV is written, then it will be dark green in color. So it is most bullish. And if it is written OSB, that is overlapping higher bullish. So it is moderately bullish. Similarly, if LV is written, that is the most bearish, and OLV means overlapping lower value, that is moderately bearish. And IV is neutral. IV is inside value and it is neutral. Most probably you will see a quite good movement either upside or downside on that day if it is inside value or moderate, that is neutral. Secrets of pivot cost. Any beginner will understand this book. The first Frank Ochoa writes about the patterns and all, and then auction market theory is also there. Auction market theory. Let me just go the contents. Yeah, understanding markets, auction market theory, engaging the setup. These all are the setups, actual setups or actual candlestick patterns you have to work on the chart. And these all are the introduction to money zones. And then comes the relationship or actual pivot, or this is advanced money zone concept. Yeah, advanced money zone. Then comes the floor pivots. So nothing but I just left out the floor pivots. There is another type of pivots known as floor pivots. That is setting it will be there. Another one type of pivot is also there. That is in the floor pivot. इसमें नहीं है, इसमें है. इसमें होगा. Yeah. Floor pivots. इसमें भी आ जाएंगे. Yeah. These all are the floor pivots. These all are also derived from the price or the high-low close of last week or last day also. Simple one. Next is central pivot range, Camarilla concepts, and higher time frame pivot analysis, multiple pivot hot zones. This I have left out in the today's session. I just explained the golden pivot zone. So yeah, power of confluence also I have explained. And if you like to read this book, then you can understand the multiple time frame hot zones too. So anyone has any doubt, or will just terminate the session? Or anyone would like to say anything?
Sir, can you put
Just one added information. Basically, this sheet is not kind of auto updated because that is a kind of limitation of Binance API. So that's the reason, specific reason we have put this date and timestamp over there. So if you see that data is not basically recent one, then you need to update the sheet, refresh the sheet.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. And second thing is like at any point of time, there might be a delay of maximum 1 hour because Binance is not providing any kind of this frequent update. So maximum, the most frequent update available is hourly basis. So that's the reason, that's a kind of word of caution. So if you find like there at any point of time, there might be a maximum delay of 1 hour in the price or any kind of relationship. That's the first thing. Second thing is like if you see this next day relationship, so that's basically very dynamic because it's basically based on the data till that particular refresh point. So over the period of time, by the end of the day, that relationship might be changed. So that's the another thing what I want to add to for the information of the members.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, can you go to trading chart, the new PB tool?
Yeah.
Not this one.
Yes. This one.
You have left side daily. Today PB new PB tool.
Okay. This one. Yeah.
Can you explain this trend RSA CPR? Green color CPR is D is green color, W is orange color. So can you explain?
So D is daily. Okay, D is daily, and W is weekly, M is monthly, Q is quarterly. Okay. If D is dark green, this is, I guess, this is, yeah, dark green. So if it is dark green, then it's most bullish. And if it is fainter green or light green, then it will be moderately bullish. The weekly is, you can say that it is red. Or if you go to the weekly time frame, you can see that here.
It is actually it is showing you the relationship of CPR, right? If you show them the settings, you can see, you can customize the color according to yourself. So green color generally means that if D, suppose let's say that daily value has a green color, that is higher value, right? So at least two of the CPRs, that is current day and the previous day, right? So they are in a form of ascending order, right? So that will generally depict that the trend of pivot is on the upside, or even the particular coin, right? Coin pair is in an uptrend, correct? Now, if you see a red color, then you might just notice that at least two CPRs are in a downtrend, right? Or the current CPR when compared to the previous day is actually a descending CPR, correct? So that will indicate that the current trend is down, right? So this is the indicate. This is actually what the table signifies.
Same goes for the trend.
All complete RSA is gray color, so it means
neutral.
It means it is neutralized. It is the value is between 35 to 65, right? And if the value goes below the value, if the RSI value is below 30, it will show you a red color. That is generally telling you that it is green color. It is generally telling you that it is oversold. Now it is time for a buying opportunity. And other way around, above 70, it will show you a red color. That is a selling opportunity, right? So that is what RSI will show you.
So last question, sir. So if you want to do intraday and based on this table, trend is green color, but RSI is gray color, so there is no trend. So I'll not trade. based on the 15-minute chart. But if RSI is green and the CPR is also green and trend is green, then maybe I can go for buy call. But if all three are red, maybe I can go for sell call. So can I, interpret like this?
Yeah, but you can just check once. Prasmit, show them Solana USDT. It has, I guess it is currently almost 19% up.
Yeah.
You can check it. Look.
Why does this come like a zone, this orange zone?
See, the orange zone is nothing but the upper zone is H4, that is the breakout zone, and the lower one which you see is a Fibbo pivot, that is golden Fibbo pivot, right? 61.8. So we have combined that two particular levels into a zone because they act as a particular reversal zone, right? It can act as a continuation or a trend continuation or a trend reversal. So you can see this clearly on the chart.
It respected to this one, right? Clear buy signals here.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I got it. Thank you very much for your time. So please add the labels here so that we can compare the pivot was booked with this indicator. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So, Parsuram bhai, are you there? Hello, Parsuram bhai.
Yeah, he will be listening. आप खाली बोल रहा हूँ. He's listening.
Okay, no problem. नहीं, उनके पास recording था शायद. Yeah. He is online. Okay. So that's it from my side. And if you
Mukkul bhai, the RSI value is in green when it's over 70, right? Or it's green when it's under 30.
Your screen is not sharing.
I have stopped it.
Sorry, someone was asking me.
Yeah, Mukkul bhai, can you hear me?
Yeah.
This RSI value is the RSI turns green when the RSI is above 70, right? Or it's green when it's under 30.
See, we actually, I assume that we have not added that particular option to change the color, but technically for now, it is green when the trend is, the RSI value is above 70. Because it is currently showing you momentum, right? The script is gaining a momentum. Correct. So let me put it this way. See, if the trend is, if the pivot script on the daily time frame is breaking out your H3, right? So it will just signify that it is a trend continuation. But how can you signify that this particular trend has some momentum, right? There has to be some momentum indicator or some momentum value to tell you that yes, this particular trend shall continue on the upside, right? So for that, we included RSI. You can even use ADX, right? You can even use ADX value or ADX crossover to determine the trend. But for here, if RSI is also above 70 and your trend is above H3, then it is a very, very strong indication that now the price can do H4, H5, H6 as well, right? Now, in this case, you can clearly see price has shot up above H6 also, right? That is target one is H5, target two is H6. So you can see how strong the momentum was, correct? So this is how you can interrelate everything on the chart itself rather than picking up things from various sources, right?
Right. Thank you, Mukkul bhai. Also, if we can add money zone and weekly open, high, low, close levels in this indicator, it would be really helpful.
See, for that we have another set of the basic indicator which I have shared, right? So you can use that because adding money zones would make it very it would not justify the purpose for which this particular indicator has been made, right? You do not need too many levels to trade. You just need simple levels to just identify where the price can go, right? So adding money zones would be too much noisy in this chart, right? Because it is like not justifying the purpose of this particular script, which is like how it has to be used. For that, we have one in the FTU trading channel. So you can find that particular script, or you can contact the admins of FTU. They will forward that to you, right?
And
That is
also,
everything.
yeah,
Right,
and
right.
also there is some limitations from Pine script. Basically, you can have a number of 84 numbers on the output streams. So
Exactly.
that's another point.
64 या 84 64 था ना पहले.
Yeah, it's 64,
64
I
है,
think.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
64.
yeah.
इक्वल भाई ये देखो गोल्डन जोन मस्त काम किया है इधर. गोल्डन जोन.
Yes, you will. अगर आप इसको अभी तुम क्रिप्टो की बात कर रहे हैं, so you can check it across any time frame, right? आप वैसे इसको थोड़ा यूज कीजिए, आपको अच्छे एग्जांपल मिल जाएंगे.
जरूर जरूर करते हैं, इसको भी अप्लाई करते हैं चार्ट पर.
Has the recording stopped or something? It is going on. Okay, it is
I
going on.
think yeah, it's
Okay. Okay, no issue.
PV tool, this one today, which is shared, I would like to back some Indian equity market. So how it is possible, sir?
you would like to see on Indian stocks.
Yeah, I don't want to see it, but I would like to back test. I mean, you see the sell reversal, stock buyout, breakout is there, right? So I would like to back test a couple of stocks when the breakout is happening, and maybe I'll take 2 rupees, 3 rupees, or 1%, 2%. Back test based on these formulas. I like to run a back test on at least 5 to 10 stocks just to see whether I can, go blindly, or I need to do not blindly, but just not to think too much. I see the breakout and I just so I can write my own the back testing. So how I can do that?
See, this is very wrong interpretation of this particular thing. Actually, this is not meant to be. This indicator is not meant to be like a buy or a sell indication, right? It is just for the ease of understanding that whether it is. See, whenever you are seeing a particular label in a particular chart, right? It makes you very psychologically ill that there are too many levels, there are too many price action you have to see, right? Because you will hit multiple psychologies. You will hit like if it is crossing h3, right? You will think that whether it has some patterns or it is making some demand supply zones, if there is a resistance on the upside, right? So to clear all that out, we just mark that particular labels into a specific label that can be seen on the chart itself, right? You do not need to like include anything more on the charts like MAs or anything else, right? So for that, you can just plot things like this, and you can just have a look. See, for this particular things to work, you have to be very specific with your homework, right? The homework is 1 day prior, that is EOD. You have to mark your key levels. That is, if there is any zone, right, important supply demand zone, if there is any important resistance level, support level, right, or if there is any crucial round numbers, or you can even say that if there is any price action forming, right? So you should be ready with that particular 2-3 forms of factors. Rest everything would be taken care by this particular script, right? But do not consider, I repeat, do not consider this as a buy or a sell form of indicator, right? Buy or sell signal generating indicator. No, this is not a buy or a sell signal generating indicator. This is just for the ease of analyzing the chart, right? How the particular levels can work in a given particular time, correct? That is just for the ease. So remember this thing.
ये आज का वो इनिशियल बैलेंस के बाद भी देखो ब्रेकडाउन मस्त दिया ये वाला टाटा पावर ब्रेकडाउन.
see, if you want to see this thing, if it is okay, just switch on to natural gas, right? And you can see how beautifully this thing can work for you. You can catch both side momentums.
This one.
Just switch on, switch this thing to daily. This is not daily time, daily pivots.
These are daily pivots.
I
These
guess
are daily pivots.
just check once, one time more.
Yeah, daily.
Okay, daily.
Yeah, daily.
Okay, take it.
Yeah, this is 5-minute time.
Yeah, move it to 15. It is very too much big. Yeah, just have a look, right? And if you see, the top is also getting caught. How? Just plot a Fibbo level, right? And you might see the exactly top, which is 403, is the golden ratio of pivot. Golden ratio Fibbo pivot. Fib retracement से नहीं आएगा, Fib pivot से आएगा. The calculations is somewhat different. So that is exactly the top made, and again you can see a reversal, right? So see guys, for this to work, you have to be very specific with the concepts, right? Once you are clear with the basics, you are good to go, right?
आ गया ये रहा. ये रहा.
I guess this is not MCX. Switch to MCX because we are talking about Indian markets.
This one.
Natural gas futures, MCX. Yeah, continuous current contract. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the chart. You can see.
Golden zone.
Switch on R4, R5 also. Okay, let it be. So the basics thing to tell is like this all levels can combine and give you a certain sort of trading opportunity, whether you are a scalper, you are an intraday trader, momentum trader, breakout trader, option seller, right? Anything can work for you. You just have to be very specific with the basics first, and rest all things can be provided in the form of screeners, scanners, right? Just for the ease of your analysis. This is just to cut down the time you spend in AOD analysis, right? It saves time so that you get more time to analyze your chart at the end of the day, at where you did right, where you did wrong, right? Where you did right, where you did wrong. So that is the purpose of this particular indicator.
Mukul bhai,
Yes.
When we change the time frame in this indicator to 1 hour, the calculations, the levels change. So when we change the time frame to 1 hour, the calculations taken are of weekly levels, right?
You just have to set it. This will be auto in your settings. You just have to select accordingly what you want, daily, weekly, or time monthly, whatever you want.
When it's in auto,
yeah,
and you change the time frame to 1 hour, the calculations taken are from the weekly levels, right?
No,
yeah,
that is just
weekly pivots
yeah,
आ जाता है.
Because see, technically you do not use 1 hour for intraday, right? Technically you use max to max 15 minutes for intraday. If you're using 1 hour for intraday, what at what level will you enter, what level will you exit? You can predict nothing, right? It is just for like initial balance, it's okay, right? But even for intraday, you can very well switch on to 30 minutes initial balance period, right? That can also give you a good amount of returns. But for that particular auto zones to work, it is specifically formulated keeping in mind different types of participants in the market, right? And you might someone would be a swing trader, position trader. So if he's using 1 hour or above 1 hour, right, time frame, so you will automatically, the pivots will be switched on to your weekly pivots levels. That is because he is not concerned with intraday, right? He's concerned with a long term view, or a you can say a medium term view. So that is why you can see these are automatically plotted to weekly levels. But you can anyway switch it to user defined mode also. Whatever you give the input, it will show you that output, right?
Yeah, because I use this indicator today on NTPC chart, and Prasmit bhai, if you can just switch to NTPC chart, you will see on 1 hour time frame it has exactly reversed from the level that the indicator showed us.
See, bro, I'm again telling you that is not a sell signal. That is exactly reversed from the H3 level, right?
एक second, वो black हो गया ना.
No, I mean it just stopped at the breakdown level on 1 hour time frame.
Yeah. Just आ गया.
So just a minute, guys. What we can do here is, it is not related to crypto, so we can just end the recording here. If anyone has any doubt regarding to cryptos, you can firstly ask that. If there is no doubts, then we can just wind up the recording first. Don't make it too much lengthy.